Sometimes the biggest lessons come from the smallest moments. Today, we're zooming in on one of those, a single, pivotal moment from an ancient epic that honestly teaches us so much about how we face our own conflicts. It's that moment when a great warrior, literally on the edge of a massive battle, makes a really surprising choice. He doesn't charge, he asks to stop and to see.
Okay, let's just sit with this for a second, because this is really the heart of it all. It's about that shift from all the noise and the fear of what might happen to the cold, hard reality of what is happening. It's that moment you decide to actually open your eyes and look.
So, let's set the scene. We're on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and the tension is just, you could cut it with a knife. The energy for war is completely and totally activated.
The great conch shells, the ancient calls to battle, have already been blown by both sides. That sound has echoed across the plains, basically signaling, okay, the time for talk is over. It's on.
And we're talking massive armies here, lined up in their formations. And now they can see each other, clear as day, right across the field.
So the air is electric, right? Everything is just poised for immediate violent action. And in this exact moment, our hero, Arjuna, makes a very strange request.
He turns to his charioteer, Krishna, and he says this. I'm going to recite it slowly. Just listen to the sound of these words. Arjuna uvāca, senayor ubhayor madhye, rathaṁ sthāpaya me achyuta, yāvad etān nirīkṣe'haṁ, yoddhu-kāmān avasthitān. So what does that mean? In English, it's basically, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those who stand here, eager to fight.
So what is he really asking for? I mean, think about it. It's a direct command for sure, but it's not an order to attack. He's asking to be taken to the dead center of the conflict, to that terrifying no man's land between two furious armies.
Let's just break this down. He says, place my chariot between the two armies so that I may observe. And that word right there, observe, that is everything. He doesn't say, so I can find their weakness, or so I can lead the charge. Nope. His goal right now is pure observation. He just wants to look.
And this is the core of this whole moment. It's this profound internal shift. This is where Arjuna, the great warrior, becomes Arjuna, the great questioner.
Now, this slide captures that pivot perfectly. On the left, you've got that raw warrior energy, all that external noise, the impulse to just react, to fight. But Arjuna's request shifts him completely over to the right, to reflective awareness. He's trading all that noise for internal examination. He's choosing conscious observation over an impulsive reaction. And it's this move from one column to the other that opens the door to analysis and, as we're about to see, to crippling doubt.
The philosopher S. Radhakrishnan framed this perfectly. He said, this isn't just a moment of hesitation. No way. He says it's what mystics call the dark night of the soul. It's an essential, even if it's painful, step toward finding a deeper understanding. It's a crisis, but it's a necessary one.
And this isn't just some ancient story, right? Arjuna's pause speaks to a universal human need, something we all face when we're staring down our own battles.
Seriously, think about it. Before a big career change, or a really tough conversation, or any major life choice, haven't you ever felt that need to just stop everything, pull over to the side of the road, and get a clear view of what you're really up against?
And that's really the wisdom we can pull from this for our own lives. To make a wise decision, you first have to confront reality. You have to see the situation and the people involved clearly. That moment of observation, that little gap before you react, is what stops us from making rash, foolish choices. At the end of the day, you can't act rightly if you can't see clearly.
So Krishna, understanding the depth of this request, grants it. He doesn't question it for a second. With his incredible wisdom, he expertly drives that chariot to the perfect vantage point, a crucial spot right in the middle of everything, where Arjuna is about to get a crystal clear and absolutely devastating view of not just an enemy army, but his own grandfathers, his teachers, his uncles, and his friends.
And what Arjuna sees next, standing there in that terrible silence between two armies, well, that's what triggers the entire conversation of the Bhagavad Gita. It begins to shake him to his very core.